It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi. When you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
Sports on CBC, presented by Le Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Veriburn Medical Supply, Les Bag Baron Rings, et par and by BioSteel.
Do you want to go over names? I mean, I went over them. I'm not worried about them. And I think this is fine. Very shot quick. So, obviously, Dara Ishimin is not... Sama. I was told she was a goalkeeper. I don't know why that condition.
Because she is a goalkeeper. She's actually the backup keeper.
Wow.
She was a player, and then she was a goalkeeper. She was a full-time goalkeeper. Now she's going back to striker.
Wow. Okay.
So right now she's doing both.
I didn't say anything because I screwed up my notes. Which happens.
Yeah, that's why she's 0/9. Because when she's in net, she's number 0, but when she's out, she's number 9.
Wild. Great, and like I definitely talked over you at one point because I couldn't hear you, so I'm very sorry. And that just could be me messing around trying to figure out volume here. Might help. In my opinion, didn't make a lick of difference. Like, I was doing this and nothing was happening.
I just didn't touch them. I didn't know what they were.
No, it's good. If it's working, don't touch them, because then it could get really messed up. We are on Okay, well, let us know what you want us to talk about. Welcome to U Sports on CBC in the 2025 U Sports Women's Soccer Championship. Daniela Ponicelli alongside Ali Rowe at Ron Joyce Stadium in Hamilton. And we are all getting set for quarterfinal matchup number 2 of the day, starting a little later than anticipated, given how the first matchup went. An exciting thrill ride between the number 4 seed AUS champion Cape Breton Capers and number 5 seed Laval Rougeor, with Laval coming through a 2-1 win in the dying seconds. Game winner scored by Léjean Fortier. Now, though, resetting as the winner of this matchup between the number 1 seed UBC Thunderbirds and the number 8 seed Guelph Gryphons, you can see arriving here at Ron Joyce Stadium. Well, they will face the winner. Check that. They will face Laval tomorrow in the first semifinal. That goes 5 p.m. Eastern. And if UBC pulls through, they're in the chase for their 3rd straight championship. Look at a three-peat, as they say. It would be a rematch of last year's final. However, Guelph, this is their 3rd appearance at the Women's National Championship. Way back in 1999, they won bronze. And then they were back here in 2017. So they could also pull an upset and head into the medal round. They know they'll have to dig deep to do that. I always love this part of the pre-match festivities. Everyone's in great spirits. The school kids, by the way, in Hamilton coming out to support. And right now, just a light drizzle is starting to drop down and through. As mentioned, I'm Daniela Ponicelli alongside Ali Rowe, who, by the way, was the player of the year last year. We'll get to see this year's player in action in just a bit. But Ali, for you to be here getting set for this matchup, what are you looking for?
Honestly, I'm looking for good ball movement, slips behind the back, any type of quick ball movement that could get them in behind, and a solid finish.
Get the stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
Délaney, territoire du Nord-Ouest. Le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine, parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to Hamilton and U Sports on CBC. Time now for the second quarterfinal matchup of the U Sports Women's Soccer Championship hosted at McMaster University. We have seen Cape Breton and Laval play. The Rouge et Or winning game one, match one this morning, 2-1. And they will face the winner of this matchup between Guelph and UBC. Guelph, the number 8 seed, coming in as the OUA finalist, whereas UBC Thunderbirds almost need no introduction. Number 1 in Canada West and number 1 in the nation. Undefeated through this season, 14 straight clean sheets in the regular campaign, and then in the postseason, just 1 goal conceded, but still 3 straight wins. I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Ali Rowe. Ali, who has played in U Sports and this year now with League One in Ontario. The Golden Boot winner at that, so you know something about goals. And UBC has been able to pile on the goals this season. Just looking back at the regular campaign, 42 goals. Guelph is in the white kit, and they will be working from right to left to start this match at Ron Joyce Stadium. The sun has been poking in and out throughout, and there's just light drizzle while the teams were warming up, but nothing that'll likely stay on the field or cause much damage at this point. In the grandstands, though, just over 1,500 school kids cheering on the action here.
This will be an interesting matchup today. UBC coming off a win last year at the same championship. Almost seasoned vets in this tournament, you might say. And Guelph not being here for a while. UBC kind of knows the lay of the land a little bit, so might have a little bit of an advantage with it not being their first time out here.
Our first look at Sabrina Spano, the goalkeeper for the Thunderbirds. She has been tremendous. Check that. Dakota Beckett, my apologies. Dakota Beckett for the Thunderbirds. It's Sabrina Spano for the Gryphons, but Beckett has been involved in those clean sheets, as I mentioned. All 3 playoff games, only allowed 1 goal. That one scored by the Mount Royal Cougars, and they still came away with the win, of course, to become Canada West champions. Trying to get to work early here is Jasmine Burke.
We've got the student fans, the young student fans in the crowd who've switched up which team they're cheering for. We now have UBC fans in front of us.
We had some double-sided signs going on. Just had to flip it over to get the action going. Guelph, of course, just a short drive away, while UBC had the biggest travel to get here. Which is nothing new. Canada West involves a lot of travel. Been able to call a lot of Thunderbirds hockey games, and there's lots of flights going in for that when you come from some of the other provinces. But a storied soccer program as they are in their blue kits. Burke once more trying to find a way in for the Gryphons. Cassidy Anderson gets a touch as well. in through the midfield. A great 1v1 there for the Gryphons. And they know they're going to need to score on this very aggressive, offensive-heavy T-Bird side. The throw in here, deep in the UBC territory. It's sent right back to the far side. A gorgeous fall day in the Hammer, as it's known. McMaster University hosting this tournament just the second time ever. The first was all the way back in 1992, 1 year after they won this championship. And UBC, by the way, famously holds the title of first ever U Sports Women's Soccer Champion way back in 1987. It was hosted at McGill. Now they're chasing their 10th, yes, their 10th national title.
It's quite the stat to have under your belt, 10 national titles for a school.
Guelph looking to strike first and early, finding their way into the penalty area.
Guelph is putting a lot of pressure on UBC early. Might be a different look they've usually had. But I'd say Guelph has a lot of the possession right now and creating quite the opportunities for themselves.
In the first quarterfinal of the day, it was Laval who was awarded many a corner, unable to strike off the set piece. They had to get it done just in the flow of the game, and late at that. Still looking for the first corner goal of this tournament. Guelph in great position, still alive, and up is Dakota Beckett.
Great opportunity for Guelph. They had a lot of bodies in the box to get somebody a touch on that. Just not enough power on that first hit.
Beckett, a fourth year of eligibility, hailing from Langley, BC. Had 21 saves in the regular season and then 12 throughout the playoffs for the Thunderbirds. As UBC looks to get into striking position here. First time in the attacking third. That's taken away by Olivia Rizakos. Know the name. She's your 2025 U Sports Women's Soccer Player of the Year. We'll dive into a little bit more on that later, but number 10 will come in clutch for the Gryphons. She is their leading scorer by a large margin. She's also in her 6th year of psychology. And Allie, I feel like that helps a little bit. When you can understand the mental side of the game, she's very composed. We were able to speak with her yesterday.
Definitely have an effect on controlling the stress and the emotions of the game a little bit.
She had 37 shots through the regular season, 28 on target. 11 goals, 9 assists. Action along the far side, and we're right back in it.
So far, good ball movement from both teams. Just kind of working their way into the game right now.
There'll be a throw in here for the Thunderbirds. Number 18, Ella Sunday. One to watch on this team. 4th year out of North Vancouver. 6 goals, 4 assists on the season. She's tied for most points on the UBC squad because that's how dangerous the Thunderbird side is. and scoring by committee and in all different ways all season. That's how you amass 42 goals. Another chance for Guelph. Trying to slip through. Beckett on it.
Great slip, great work from the Thunderbirds defense to prevent the Guelph Gryphons striker from getting in behind them. Just really holding them up off the ball.
Of course, we spoke with some of the Thunderbirds, and question is always when you're undefeated and you're atop of all the standings, you know, is there pressure? And every player understands, hey, we all buy in and we all focus it game by game, much like any team that's on any sort of win or streak or skid. You're not, if you start focusing on the broader pattern, you lose perspective. So they are just focused on today, as is every single team, because you win and you're on medal contention. If you're not, it's a consolation, and my goodness, that looked a little slippery there. Sabrina Spano.
A little bit of a fumble there. I think she definitely should have had hands on that one. Can't have that one slipping up in the box and creating chances for a UBC player to come not tap that in easily.
And she was the starter for all 3 playoff matches for Guelph, and just 1 goal allowed. Unfortunately, that 1 goal was all that was needed for the Toronto Varsity Blues to win the OUA title. They will also play today. First corner for the Thunderbirds, quickly thwarted. So each side has had a corner kick.
Starting the corner kick tally nice and early.
Now the Gryphons were scoring plenty of goals before they lost to Toronto. It was a 1-0 win against Laurier, and then a 4-0 victory over Queens. Lifted them to the OUA final.
Which is a really high stat for a playoff game.
Yes, you expect it to be a much closer, and some squads rolled through, like the Toronto Varsity Blues, with just 1-0 wins, 3 straight, to get it done. The first quarterfinal match happened this morning, a 2-1 win for Laval, so 3 goals total. It was Cape Breton who opened tournament scoring. Audrey Roy. Spano puts it up, gets it into the midfield. Just a sea of blue there for UBC. We're in the 11th minute here. Second quarterfinal match of the day.
Some great footwork on the far side of the field. Just nobody was open for. Ball goes out and right back to the Gryphons.
And the sun is out as we say that, of course, casting shadows from the nearby buildings. There was some wind earlier. All the flags have certainly settled down. Doesn't appear to be any wind at this moment, even on the field level. But the sun is certainly coming in. Right now it would be in the eyes of the Guelph keeper, Spano. And that was the same, by the way, for goalkeeper Ellie Lancaster with the Capers when there were 2 goals conceded in the second half. Certainly not blaming Mother Nature, just another aspect of the game, right, Allie? You've been in these situations. Every player has.
Exactly. It's something you just get used to at this point.
Play with the sun in your eyes, play without it. Of course, the next 2 matches slated for later today. Expect just the bright lights of the stadium as it gets dark quickly now that the clocks were turned back last weekend.
Another corner. The tally's up already.
Yeah, 3 total. Second here for UBC. First in this corner. Taya Dennehy came back from injury last year, delivers. It's in, it's up, it's still alive, but it's out at the end line. Maddie Norman just had to watch it sort of roll through.
Unlucky for UBC. They're the only ones who got a touch on it when it was in that box just then.
And there's a number of UBC players like Taya Dennehy actually hailing from Ontario. So she's in front of a nearby home crowd, so to speak, hailing from Toronto. Another chance here as the Thunderbirds getting close, but kept out at the 18. The Thunderbirds are known for being that aggressive team on offense and defense. There's no settling back. Everything is pushing forward. And other teams clock that, Allie. We talked, as you know, we talked to those teams, and other teams register the buy-in, even from the outside.
Well, with having one goal scored against, the defense has to be strong, and you got to know that coming in.
I mean, that's unbelievable. Let's just say that again for folks at home. One goal allowed, and that was during the playoffs where you expect, that extra level of intensity and matchup. And these are no easy teams. Canada West is stacked with talent. Every conference is. But that just goes to show how impressive this UBC side is. Led by Jesse Simons in his 10th season. And he actually played at McMaster, so it's a pretty nice return. He actually last played here in 2015. So 10 years. Now Olivia Brown. Getting in close on Beckett. No, very careful there.
It'll be interesting to see, because one thing about these tournaments, anything could happen. There's that, like you said, there's another gear when you come to play at these tournaments. So it really is anyone's game.
We've heard it from other coaches too, that any team is beatable on any day. And the 8th seed and the 1st seed, I've seen it myself. The toppling can happen, however. The expectation here is UBC will pull through. This is a team that's been so dominant, not only this undefeated season. You think back to last season when the Montreal Carabins were undefeated up until the RSEQ final. So anything can happen. Then they fell short of making it to nationals.
Good opportunity for UBC, but they have to get somebody in that box on the end of those crosses. You could do all the work to get the ball in, but if nobody's on the end of it, it was all for nothing.
Nifty little header there by Maddie Norman, but let's go out to touch, and Ella Sunday with a throw in. Another throw in here. That one gets some air. Ava Alexander, 5th year from Nanaimo, BC.
Tried to get that ball in for a cross. Unlucky. It's hard when the ball's bouncing coming into you and you have to get that down so a striker could finish it.
The UBC, or check that, the Guelph head coach, Shane Campbell, of course, had a chance to speak with him, and he talked about how you play with a team like BC, and he goes, they're strong in every position. So what they have to do is they have to manage, of course, the space, but also the time that they give UBC within that space. They don't need much. A strong start here for the Gryphons, still 0-0. We're in the 18th minute.
This game seems to be flying compared to the last one.
U Sports on CBC has all the action of the 2025 U Sports Men's Soccer Championship. That's taking place at Varsity Stadium in Toronto. You can catch exclusive coverage on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. And right now, on the women's side, stay with us as UBC and Guelph looking for the first goal of this second quarterfinal match. Always love quarterfinal Thursday. You know you're going to see all 8 teams in action. It will happen again tomorrow, but the stakes will be quite different. The first 2 matches of the Saturday will be in the consolation bracket. And then our final 2 matches tomorrow night are the semifinal, and either UBC or Guelph will play Laval in that first semifinal, 5 p.m. Eastern. Sun is out and bright. Sabrina Spano shielding her eyes right now as she watches this throw in from the far side.
It's a little tricky for a goalie because it's easy to catch them off guard when the sun's in their eye, especially if you're sending in a lofting ball. It's going to be a little harder for her to track it this half.
In they come, a 1v1 there, but it's out at the end line.
Great work from Rosacco shielding the UBC player off from that ball. Very important to get that ball on the goal line for a goalkeeper.
Mentioned Jesse Simons. I believe I may have attributed a story of him playing here to another coach. This is what happens when we talk to all the coaches. So what I can say for sure is that he did tell us that the keys to success here are connection and consistency. And he couldn't say enough about the preparation of his team being absolutely exceptional. And you feel like, yeah, most coaches might say that. This is very believable given how this team has played. As Guelph takes it away. Jasmine Burke has been all over it, 5th year. Hails from Guelph. That's got to be extra special. And by the way, of course, these closer to home teams are expecting some really great fan support. Today it's all about the school kids. And of course it is the daytime, a little trickier on a Thursday for some people to potentially get out of work. So if you're joining us, watching wherever you're watching us from, thank you for being here.
Talking about school kids, I think we are losing a bunch of them right now. Got to get back before the bell goes out so they can all catch their buses home.
Hey, they put in the hours. It was pretty great to have them for as long as we did. They've been here for the last 4 hours. In the meantime, on the field right now, a very focused UBC squad, tilting possession seemingly early.
One thing about UBC, they have great communication. You can see them throwing hand signals, talking to each other on the pitch so everybody knows what's going on. They're giving those little balls, little tiki-taka touches back. It's great to see, and they have earned themselves a free kick.
This is big. An opportunity to score the first goal off a set piece at this tournament. Sabrina Spano getting everyone organized in front of her.
Good location too, right in front of the net, not too far out.
And the wind has picked up just slightly to move the flags atop the field goal posts here. And it's in a favorable direction for the Thunderbirds. Not that they need the extra. It's up high. Spano reads it perfectly.
Well-placed kick, but I think they needed a little more power on that. Like we've been saying so far with these goalies, these are the best of the best. You're not going to get an easy goal like that.
The wind has certainly picked up. We're seeing gusts up to about 30 kilometers per hour, so something to take note of for these players. And as mentioned, it was in a favorable direction this time for UBC. Six degrees Celsius, the temperature sort of bouncing around a little bit today. Nothing these players can't handle.
Some of these players are down there in t-shirts.
So UBC with 2 shots already. 1 on target. Guelph with none. But the first save registered there for Sabrina Spano. She hails from Maple, Ontario. Quick touches here, trying to float it in for Holly Whelan. Whelan also having an outstanding season, 5 goals, 4 assists throughout the regular season campaign. And she put a goal away as well in the playoffs. That one wide, but Spano did track it well.
UBC really managing to slip the balls in behind to their strikers. Even though there's not a lot of space, they're still managing to get the ball in and do those quick give and goes behind them.
Back to work for Jada Thompson. Another one to watch. She has 2 game-winning goals through the regular season. 4 goals total, along with 5 assists. Hails from Markham, Ontario, so close to home as well for Thompson. In the 25th minute. Thanks for joining us. I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Ali Rowe. Yes, the Ali Rowe, 2024 U Sports Women's Soccer Player of the Year. And so much more than that, a great career. I'm really envious. I want to see your highlight reel. I want to see all 77 goals.
That would be a pretty crazy clip to put together, actually. Might have to do that.
Someone get on it. We want to see it. Of course, there's so much to the sport. It's not only about scoring. The defense has been so key, and that sometimes gets a little lost in the undefeated part of the Thunderbirds campaign when you look at just how many goals they were able to rack up. But of course, that comes with the fact that there was all clean sheets. Kept that way by a very strong defense. They can't get past the midfield here. Swift work. Sienna Gibson. And that one just wide again.
Just wide, but they're all getting a little closer every time.
Right? It's just dialing just a couple degrees, inching a little closer to that woodwork. Sabrina Spano in her 3rd year of eligibility. And for the Gryphons, this is monumental to be at this national championship. They aren't a team like UBC that seems to punch their ticket nearly every single year. And even then, the Thunderbirds still have to earn it every single year. In come the Gryphons, though. And the sun in their eyes. It's wide that time. Dakota Beckett, though, flying through the air.
Great attempt from Guelph. You could see she was trying to get a little bit of a curve ball on there and just sneak it inside that far post, but just not enough curve on that.
Great reach by Beckett. Stands 5 feet 11 inches.
Just so close. Although if it would have snuck inside, I think Beckett would have had her hands on that.
Again, the sun in the eyes there of the Guelph players as they make another run into it. Out at the end line once more. See some Gryphons supporters settling into the grandstands with their Guelph flags as the school kids head out for the day.
Good to have them while it lasted, but there will be more tomorrow.
This is true. We'll be ready. We'll be ready for all the loud screams. I mean, they kept the energy up the entire time.
Although at one point, I don't know if they were yelling at the field or the Seagulls.
So now a slightly quieter affair, but that allows us to hear the communication on the field so much more. First match of the day, it seemed everyone was heading the ball. Right now, this one's staying more along the ground.
It's very back and forth this game as well. There's nice ball movement from Guelph, and then they're just missing that last pass that gets picked off by UBC to bring it right back at them.
Maddie Norman with the touch right now. Hails from Surrey, BC.
What a ball.
Giving chase. Now Sienna Gibson. The feed through. A good touch there for Guelph. That one just high this time, but some dangerous threats here for Sabrina Spano.
And I don't know if you saw that little dummy by Holly Whalen in the middle. I wonder if you're going to see this dummy. No. Great attempt on goal. Just high.
Just get those shots. And, I mean, just to give you some perspective, although right now, Guelph making another push, bringing it into the attacking third along the 18-yard line. Now close to the 6, a sharp angle. Solid defense by the Thunderbirds.
So far, both teams getting decent amount of attempts in the box, and not just Hail Marys long. Good, solid shots in and around the net from both teams.
Apologies. UBC has 4 shots so far in this game, and over their regular season alone had 255. Now, those are the shots, not necessarily all on target, but they're just constantly sending the ball that way. Good play by Jasmine Burke to give it back here to the Gryphons. Into the shadowed part of the field. Running it up, Olivia Rozakos. Going to need the big star power of Rozakos here today if they want to topple this #1 seed.
I almost want to see Olivia Brown turn with those balls in the middle when she is left alone. They're kind of leaving her unmarked in the middle. If she turned, she could get that shot off.
Quick throw in. Still working in the UBC half. It's up.
Clearly a handball there.
There's some cowbells in the stands as well.
It's the one thing I could never get behind in soccer, the cowbells.
As a player, was it hard?
They're just kind of high pitch and a little, I don't know, they weren't my favorite. I like the big horns though.
Okay, I like that. You've got a preferred sound effect. I agree until I have the cowbell. Then I feel just fine with it. Here comes Guelph once more. Rozakos looking for some room, brings 3 T-Birds players her way. Well controlled, Whelan. Burke. Working with Rozakos. Trying to find Brown. And yes, those are 2 Olivias. There's 3 Olivias total on the roster for Guelph.
Talk about keeping it complicated.
But right now, among the starting 11, it's Brown and Rozakos. As again, they're trying to find a way in. Brown.
That was a great look, and if that made it through, that would have been interesting to see.
Yeah, I was looking to set up Cassidy Anderson. Cassidy Anderson, who hails from Vancouver, BC.
Not gonna lie, we talked about the sun being an effect for the players, but it's kind of affecting my vision at this point.
Absolutely. We're shielding ourselves here in the broadcast booth just to be able to see everyone on the pitch. It does pass quickly, but when that sun sort of gets to that perfect spot here, it can be a little tricky. It does not appear to be affecting players in the same way, given its positioning. And as mentioned, we're going to see that shadow from the nearby residence building just sort of creep along the field as the time passes. From distance, and Spano collects that with ease. 34th minute here of the first half, still looking for the first goal.
Seeing a bit more gaps between the Guelph lines, whereas UBC is playing a little more tight, linking through each line to get it forward. Guelph, the midfield is kind of sitting a little closer to the defense, which is making it a little harder for them to break out, especially on those fast transitions.
And harkens back to what head coach Shane Campbell was saying. He wants his team to manage the space. So how they're able to do that through a full 90, as UBC, of course, adjusts as well. I take it, Ali, you have not played against Guelph. That would be my assumption, just based on when they've been here. They were last year in 2017.
No, I have not. I have played a few players in the summer.
Okay.
A lot of them play in the League One league, so I have played against a few of them.
You want to name some of them?
Number 4, Jasmine Burke. Played against their striker, Olivia Brown.
Okay. So you're, of course, familiar with it, and we've mentioned Jasmine Burke a few times. She's getting those passes off. Rizakos puts it up. Great placement.
Great ball. She was actually underneath it. It almost looked like she hesitated a bit. Wasn't sure if she was going to make it.
Almost feels like a slightly different match, given the vibe and the energy and the tension just building up here. Shots right now 4-1 for UBC. Shots on target 2-0. And now looking to add another. This time they want to connect with the twine, but it's taken away by Guelph. Great tackle.
Somehow Guelph managed to keep that in. Fortunately, nobody could get on the end of it, and it's right back to UBC.
Guelph, along with the Toronto Varsity Blues, and of course McMaster, the host team, but they're all quite pleased to be playing here, a facility they know very well, they feel comfortable with. Oh, that was nearly taken away as in came Cassidy, or check that, in came Maddie Norman for the Thunderbirds.
Guelph seems to be playing a little more casual. Not sure if they know how much pressure is coming from in behind.
I was going to say that's not the type of play that UBC wants. They want to play their game. Pushing that there, Ava Alexander with a touch earlier. Zoel Apps. Over to Heike Clark. Heike Clark, a first year out of Ajax, Ontario, so also closer to home. That's always got to be nice to be on the big stage within driving distance.
Might be one of the only games their family could come to, so.
Yeah, when you're playing out, as mentioned, in Canada West, you're all along. You're in BC, you're in Alberta, you're in Saskatchewan. Now, of course, they are very familiar with the Trinity Western Spartans, who are also at this year's tournament once again. That sun is cutting right through to where we're trying to peek our heads out. Although, much welcomed warmth, Allie.
I do appreciate it. The sun is warming me up quite nicely.
Katie Kimmins. UBC just dictating the space here for themselves. Sienna Gibson once more. Sunday trying to keep it in. Rizakos sticking with her. In the 38th minute here, throw in.
I find this half is going a lot faster than the last game.
Absolutely. It's certainly going by quickly. There's been much fewer set pieces early on.
But one might argue a lot more opportunities in and around the net. Probably not as much on net as they would hope.
Yeah, but some prime threats. Of course, a really good kick opportunity as well. UBC and Spano makes the save, and you can tell the crowd is on Guelph's side here. Makes sense, they are closer geographically, but also there's that underdog mentality, Allie, sometimes that while the Gryphons don't want to consider themselves underdogs, people like to root for them. The Thunderbirds, though, putting it, oh my goodness, off the crossbar and then trying to come in for more. A big collision takes down a player. She's right back up. What a sequence of events.
I agree. Everybody loves a good underdog story, as do I. You want the unexpected sometimes. But if it's a good game, it's a good game. And so far, this one is a good one.
And great teams at that. The Thunderbirds, a very storied team. Talked about their success on this national stage, and that was such a good look.
Get to see a little bit of a replay. The shot went a little high.
That was Sienna Gibson, though.
A great opportunity from Sienna Gibson. Unfortunately, she couldn't get the ball down low enough to finish that one and get UBC on the board.
Back to live action and in quick, reaching the ball first. Maddie Norman. Nice 1v1 effort there. Talia Hamilton for the Gryphons. Second year, hailing from Ottawa, Ontario. Field tilted early on here in favor of UBC. Up to now 6 shots, 4 of those on target.
I think they're getting a free kick there. I don't know if I'd necessarily call that one a free kick. There wasn't really much contact there. But UBC will get an opportunity just outside the 18-yard box.
Taya Dennehy, player who told us that one of her motivations, one of her whys is to be a role model for others. Now she wants to be a difference maker here. Good delivery. Solid clear, but not fully in the clear. Thunderbird still with possession, sent right back. Lofty pass is headed up. Oh my goodness. From our vantage, almost looked like it could have been an own goal.
That's a dangerous ball. And as a center back, you have to adjust your feet to get the ball out and not in behind because you don't know who's running at you. Very, very dangerous ball that was.
It was Katie Kimmins for Guelph. So now we have a corner. Dennehy once more to deliver. Off the right boot. It's up and it's on top of the goalpost that time. So we've seen it off the crossbar and down, now off the crossbar and up and out.
What's next?
What is next? Of course, for UBC fans, they go in, back of the net. That's what we want.
Guelph fans are definitely saying crossbar and out.
Crossbar and out. But, I mean, you know this as anybody with sports. Luck certainly is a part of it, but when you keep giving a team opportunities or they keep creating them,
something's bound to happen.
Spano comes well out, sprawls on top. Guelph with just one shot so far in this first half, none on target. Looking to get organized here. Now there's no sun, perfect cloud cover here. No, nothing in the eyes.
Guelph making their way up to that offensive third. Just almost taking too much time on the ball. They need to move it quicker up there because UBC is going to be quick to close it down if they want to get a shot off.
Norman still manages to find Ava Alexander. Guelph's Hamilton puts it up again, headed back, this time to the advantage of Rizakos, but it's an easy bounce for Beckett to collect.
Great ball, though, up the field, and great touch by Brown just to get it a little further for Rizakos.
We're in the 45th minute here. No substitutions on either side. It's been the starting 11 for both as they battle for the first goal of this quarterfinal.
Guelph is definitely turning up the pressure now. They want a goal before half. Unfortunately, they're not going to get it, though.
They're not going to get it just like that. We talked about the pace of this first 45. It went by quickly, and it's certainly, by the stats, went UBC's way. So no goal on either side, but shots favoring the Thunderbirds 6-1, and then shots on target 4-0. Daniela Ponicelli alongside Ali Rowe. It's 0-0 through the first 45. We've got an exciting halftime show up ahead. Be hearing from players from both teams, and of course getting set, just a quick little peek ahead to the next matchup on deck, as this is quarterfinal Thursday, the 2025 Women's Soccer Championship in Hamilton.
Le sport en direct sur icitout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles. Des athlètes de grand talent. Des sports de haut niveau. Tout ça sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est simple et gratuit sur icitout.tv.
Dès l'année, territoire du Nord-Ouest. Le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine. Parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Elle revient toujours. Impossible de t'en débarrasser. Nicotine. Si elle entre dans ta vie, elle ne te lâche plus. Même consommée occasionnellement, la nicotine peut provoquer une dépendance.
Welcome back to Ron Joyce Stadium. We're in the middle of the second quarterfinal, 0-0 between the number 1 seed UBC Thunderbirds looking to three-peat as champions and the number 8 seed Guelph Gryphons. I'm Daniela Ponicelli alongside Ali Rowe. And coming up, we're going to spend 2 minutes with Guelph Gryphons number 15, Aislinn Esibra, who did not start in today's game but has a fascinating story. She's a fifth year from Essex, Ontario. And it's so great to see all these players have an opportunity to talk about themselves, talk about their game, and share their story. And that is such a big part of this weekend, Allie. I know you've been here before on the stage, and it's so sweet to be in the national spotlight like Aislinn.
Hi, my name is Aislinn Esibra. I'm a forward, and I play for the University of Guelph. My soccer journey began in Windsor. I was 10 years old. I was inspired by my older brother to play soccer, and ever since then, I just fell in love with the game. I started off as an attacking midfielder, and I'm more so of an attacker all general. I play attacking mid or forward, so I just really like creativity and playing those nice through balls and knowing that I created a nice play and I'm contributing, and obviously scoring goals too is one of my favorite things to do. I think my biggest challenge was I've always comfortable in Windsor. I played in University of Windsor for my first 4 years. The biggest challenge was definitely transferring to University of Guelph and adjusting myself to the new environment and the competitive level. But honestly, overcoming it, I have my teammates they're supporting me, making it feel like I'm at home no matter what. Even though I transferred, I'm knowing them for 2 months already, right? So that was the biggest challenge, but I got through that because of my teammates. It's amazing to be on nationals right now. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to happen in my whole 5 years of playing soccer at an OUA level and university level, but being here, especially the whole new team, is exciting, and I'm super excited to be here, yeah. Honestly, I learned how to continuously be consistent, especially playing in this team. Everyone's really competitive and they always play at a high level, so I always learned that when I go on that pitch and perform, I have to perform and be at the same level as everyone else on the field. My master's is very difficult, honestly, because I'm aspiring to become a doctor, so I know I have to keep those high 90s, but after practice, I just go right to my books and I'm keeping my head in my books and the game. So my advice for someone who wants to play soccer is just to love the game. Make sure you're playing for yourself and obviously for your teammates too. And if you want to go pro, work your butt off, hustle every time. But really focus on just being aggressive out there, scoring goals and showing who the Guelph Gryphons are, and hopefully win this whole thing.
The grandstand at Ron Joyce Stadium. Some adult fans now back in here after the school kids cleared out. And, We spent a great 2 minutes there getting to know about Aislinn Essebra with the Guelph Gryphons. But on the UBC Thunderbirds side, number 1, Dakota Beckett's made a couple saves. Nothing outrageous given that there's been no shots on target, just shots sort of towards the general direction. But she has had an impressive year helping lead this UBC Thunderbirds team to a full season undefeated with just 1 goal conceded.
My name's Dakota Beckett. I'm a goalkeeper for the UBC Thunderbirds. It started in Langley when I was about 6 years old. And ever since they started putting kids in net, I put my hand up. I wanted to be in net, got some wires crossed. And it's pretty frustrating actually seeing, obviously there's a rotation, so everybody has to take a turn. And anytime any other kid went in that didn't want to be there, I was like, please put me in. I just always wanted to get in front of that ball. I think goalkeeping is just fun. There's always something new, there's always something to think about, and I like being the last line of defense. At a young age, I knew I wanted to go somewhere with soccer and play professionally. The university is a step in Canada towards that. I would describe myself as a calm, cool, collected goalkeeper. Being part of the Thunderbirds is it's pretty fun. We have a lot of fun together. It's a high performance program. We push each other every day to be our best. It's a great environment to be in, to push each other. We've got high hopes for this tournament, obviously coming off of a back-to-back streak, and we're looking to push that to 3 this year. In my position, I'm focused on being just the calm presence on the field, being the leader from the back, and just looking to start the attacks and the other team's attacks. It's huge to see women's soccer growing in Canada. The NSL is a huge, big step for women, female athletes in Canada, and it gives me a next step, a clear path of where I want to go next. Yeah, I always looked up to Christine Sinclair, even though she wasn't a goalkeeper, but just her calm presence on the field, maybe a quiet leader in comparison to some others, but just a strong presence on the field.
Well, great chat there with Dakota Beckett, learning all about her approach and her goalkeeping path. A 4th year of eligibility, hails from Langley, BC. Now, when we come back, we'll take a look back at the first half of this game, a little bit on the stats. Right now, still 0-0 between UBC and Guelph. The winner will face Laval in the first semifinal tomorrow. That's to be decided in the second half around the corner. You're watching U Sports on CBC Sports.
Where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated, Ontario University Athletics.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
U Sports on CBC, presented by Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Thunderbirds Medical Supply, Les Bagues Baron Rings, a par and by BioSteel.
Welcome back to the 2025 U Sports Women's Soccer Championship, hosted by McMaster University, being played right now at Joyce Stadium, where I, Daniela Ponticelli, along with Ali Rowe, are joining you. So look at the championship seeding. We've already had a seeding upset as the Rouge et Or and Laval got the first quarterfinal win 2-1 over the number 4 seed Cape Breton Capers. That means Laval awaits the winner of this. Look at the top and the bottom of the standings. That's who is on the field right now. The number 1 seed UBC Thunderbirds, a perfect 14-0 through the regular season, 3-0 through the playoffs. They face the Guelph Gryphons, who have dealt with a little adversity, but also a very strong season with an 8-1-3 record through the regular season campaign. Some really great atmosphere in Hamilton. The temperature's been dancing in and around, between 5 to 7 degrees. The sun's been in and out. Right now, cloud cover. And that might help when it comes to the goalkeeping, at least, Ali. Again, all these players are seasoned. They're elite level in the sense that they're used to playing in whatever conditions there are. But to not have the sun blasting in your eyes, it's helpful.
Very helpful, especially when you're getting pelted with balls. It's much better when the sun's not shining in your eyes.
And another second half where it all comes down to this. It was the same story between Cape Breton and Laval, 0-0 at the half, and then Cape Breton came out with the first goal of the tournament, scored early by Audrey Roy, but then the comeback complete. It happened in the dying seconds at that for Laval to make it 2-1.
The first 5 minutes of this half will be intense ones. Both teams coming back from their halftime chats with their coaches.
Yeah, having a strong discussion there. Figure out what is happening. UBC is on the hunt for a three-peat. The only way they can keep that chase on is they have to win this. Of course, then they have to win their semifinal as well. But this is so important just to be on the medal side of the bracket. Otherwise, you dip into consolation. The best you can finish is 5th. If they have an opportunity to face Laval tomorrow, it will be a repeat of last year's final, which was a 1-0 affair for the Thunderbirds to win their 9th national title. But Guelph coming out strong. They definitely don't have stats on their side through the first half. The shots not favoring them. They need to get something on target, of course, if they're going to have any chance of scoring, and that's what they'll need here to put it away. But Thunderbirds 6-1 when it comes to shots, 4-0 when it comes to those on goal. Corners, though, they've gone UBC's way, 3-1, and they've not been able, of course, to capitalize on a set piece yet. We're still waiting for that. And so while there were no goals, Ali, there certainly were saves in that first half.
Right here. Not a super challenging save, but still a great save by Beckett. She still is getting tested. They're just not the greatest of opportunities.
Yeah, Spano, that first one, you had mentioned it, a little bit of a fumble. She was able to recover there, and then that was big too. And while it might seem routine, it's making sure that you're getting all the ones that you can see easily. Because as we know, from the first quarterfinal at that, there's the sun, I believe, playing a part. As we look back at those shots.
These shots in the later half of the half were definitely much better from UBC. Unfortunately, still couldn't manage to get one to hit the back of that net.
I have a feeling Sienna Gibson's going to be dreaming about that one a few times. Did you ever have that, Ali? I mean, you scored 77 goals. Were there any that didn't break through that you were like, wow, I think about that? Or do you get to just flush it and go on?
you have to really just flush it and go on. But after the game, when you're looking back on what you've done, you're definitely thinking about those. But let me tell you, it's definitely not dreams. They're more nightmares coming back to haunt you.
Hey, I get that just from doing the broadcast side. So I'd imagine, too, when you're on this big stage. I mean, everyone is so supportive. The fans here at Ron Joyce Stadium, they're certainly in favor of the Gryphons while the Stats aren't. So we'll see how they rebound here as the second half gets underway. The Gryphons getting to work. In the white kit is Guelph. Olivia Rizakos, the 2025 U Sports Women's Soccer Player of the Year. Those awards handed out last night. Of course, you got to flush that, right? Your individual accolade is exciting, but you're here to hopefully win a national championship.
Exactly. You can't let those awards go to your head, and especially with those awards, you're just giving the other teams fuel, who to look out for, make sure they're covered and marked, which makes it a little more challenging for you coming in.
Which one to watch? That one goes up high and out past the end line. A quieter atmosphere here to start the second half, as earlier today, if you're just joining us, there were about 1,500 school kids. Not only are they loud, they reach a certain different kind of pitch when it comes to the support from the stands, but it's so wonderful to see, and hopefully they'll be back for more as the tournament continues tomorrow. Another full slate of 4 matches. The first 2 in the consolation bracket, second 2 on the medal side. And that first half certainly flew by when it came to the pacing and the timing of it all. It's a slight hold up here.
I think that ball flew right out the stadium.
I had a feeling it was the ball. We just can't see it from our vantage point, but yeah, there's certainly looking for a ball. It's now back in play. Olivia Brown for Guelph. Alessandri, captain of this UBC side, very driven. Had 2 game-winning goals this season.
Great pressure from Guelph coming up on that ball.
Getting it out of the way. The crowd certainly behind the Gryphons here.
With the pressure UBC is putting on them, the Gryphons are going to have to start moving the ball quicker, start connecting and dribbling a lot less. Because one thing, the ball can move a lot faster than they can, and they want to get that ball moved quicker up the field.
And they're going to have to do something here to get past the Thunderbirds. Now Sophie Harrison. She tries to come in. Harrison from Bedford, England. A first-year defender. She has it once more. Spano will take control.
Good hand, Spano communicating with her back line on what kind of play she wants to do. Guelph attempting to play it out the back, but the Thunderbirds are putting a high press on them, not giving them any room to make any passes. Not much room to move their way up the field.
Guelph just wanting to get out of their own half. Zakos unable to get by. Now played to the far side. Still has not run out of room, and it's in play. It's a big opportunity here for UBC as they come in, try to float it through. I believe that's Harrison that goes down.
Definitely think Katie Kimmins thought that ball was rolling a lot faster than it was, and that it would trickle out before any UBC player would get to her.
Dennehy skies that. It was really impressive speaking with Dennehy, Whelan, Sunday, just about her journey.
Risky ball they're playing back there. But nothing Spano couldn't handle.
Both goalkeepers are so solid. We're seeing that play out. But the more you test, now driving on the far side. Guelph coming in, denied. Another chance this time. Wasn't from distance, was looking to feed it.
Definitely looking to play that ball across, get somebody's head on it. Guelph already this half creating more opportunities for themselves. Unfortunately, they didn't get the shot off. UBC managed to slow them down just enough to get more defenders back and block them, but still creating lots of opportunities.
Cassidy Anderson just trying to get it ahead for Olivia Brown.
There goes another ball.
So 2 have been lost to the parking lot on the far side. I know someone's running over to get it.
To have that job, ball parking lot getter.
I mean, that's if the ball is in one piece. I'm seeing it roll into the road a little bit. Could get run over. But the play continues here at Ron Joyce Stadium. And one thing I also want to take note of is Dakota Beckett, Jessie Simon saying she's ready to go pro. And that is such a big part of this season. I believe more than any other U Sports season. But that eye to staying in Canada and going pro now with the Northern Super League being in effect and Vancouver Rise in the playoff hunt as well.
It's definitely something about time that there's more opportunities in Canada for the soccer players, female soccer players in particular, coming up.
Yeah, it's not the only option to go overseas or, try to get a coveted spot on the national team, which is still a goal for many, many players. And they come with more. Ella Cahill. Over to Rebecca Drager. Still forced far back, trying to get it ahead in space. Jasmine Burke.
Definitely not the greatest pass, but she'll have to work back to recover. Great move on the far side.
That pass finds Brown.
Brown hasn't been extremely active so far in the game on the ball. I'd like to see her get more touches in, see if she could slip her wingers in behind and her fellow forwards.
Cahill now. Once again trying to take it up, but dribbling the ball at that, and UBC's able to cover. Beckett will go for it anyway.
I'd like to see Kyle take it to the back line. She's tending to go towards them and cut in towards the center, and they're cutting her off because she's bringing it into pressure. If she took it towards that player, made a move, or slipped it in behind for somebody else, they could get across in the box.
So this will be the second corner for Guelph. A team, by the way, with just one shot, none on goal yet in this match. Rizakos bounces it off the ground, and that gives UBC some room to move. Taya Dennehy ahead now for Jada Thompson. Thompson coming in, keeps it herself. She's got so much room. Can it be buried? It goes high instead. Holly Whelan. She's going to want it back.
Impeccable job from the Guelph defense, managing to get back, recover, and block those shots from Thompson.
My goodness, Jada Thompson putting on a clinic.
One thing there, I'm sure Thompson's not happy about that. That ball should be in the back of the net. No question about it.
Well, now it just seems like they're even more motivated to get going back into the penalty area along the 18th. This time, they find the back of the net.
That was a great finish. They got Holly Whelan on that one.
They've been wanting it, and they made this one count. What a moment for the T-Birds as they strike. Beautiful
Great
feet
ball.
here.
It's just that quick turn. You don't need too much on it. You just need a step. And she created that for herself on that turn. And a great ball from Sienna Gibson.
Holly Whelan in the 56th minute of this match gets the Thunderbirds on the board in what has felt like a goal in waiting for the #1 seed, a team that has put 9 shots together already in this game, the 5th on target, breaking through. Now can Guelph respond quick? They find themselves in a great position here, my goodness.
That was a close call for Guelph. She almost should have taken that shot right away to get that on net right away instead of stopping it in the box, allowing UBC to kind of figure out what she's doing and get in front of that.
We'll talk about hard work paying off. Just looking quickly, Holly Whelan, 3 shots in this match, 2 on target, and then that goal, of course, a big one it feels just to get through, get on the board here. So far for Guelph, there is a shot on target registered, that by Olivia Brown. So will it be number 9 who can be the difference here? Holly Whelan also had 1 goal in the playoffs to get this team here. First goal of the tournament, and as mentioned, hails from Markham, Ontario, so close by. So overall, coming into this one, had 10 goals on the season. First of the tournament here.
UBC does have 1 goal, but that's not all they want. They're coming back for more.
Added insurance is always welcome. This is something you don't want to leave to chance. They just watched. They likely caught the latter end of that first quarterfinal where Cape Breton had a 1-0 lead for a good chunk of the game. And suddenly it was 1-1, and then suddenly 2-1 for Laval. They did win last year's national title with just a goal. Again, for Guelph, they know they're coming up against a team that's only conceded 1 goal through 17 matches ahead of coming into this quarterfinal.
Thunderbirds doing a great job to keep possession. You could see their work ethic on and off the ball. Guelph gets possession. They're right back in it, winning it back. Guelph can't even make a second pass.
Whelan getting to work once more. The ball's played up. Another good opportunity here, but Sabrina Spano denies that opportunity.
Katie Kimmon's got to connect those passes to get that ball out the back.
It's got to feel good for the Thunderbirds just to keep the ball on this half of the field as they've done for the bulk of the second half. We're in the 61st minute here. The crowd now trying to rally a Guelph Gryphons side down a goal against the best in the country. A team who wants to stay the best in the country as well.
That was a great turn.
Yeah, Thompson, so skilled, puts it towards the net, rolls up into Spano's arms.
Still managed to get the shot off.
That's the thing, right? We talk about the sheer volume and not necessarily wily shots. All in and around the net. They're now up to 10 shots in this game alone. Trying to get around is Ava Alexander. Ella Cahill puts it ahead for Brown, but she can't get around Ika Clark, although there's a foul.
Although those fouls are unintentional, you will get called on that every time. Just that unfortunateness of the foot clipping their shin when they're running behind. So unlucky, but will get called every time.
I had said UBC has 10 shots, they have 11. They are in their own half right now.
Might be the second time of the half that they're in their own end.
Yeah, not spending much time on that side. Dakota Beckett has truly registered one save in this match, although has certainly kept herself active by, you know, going and keeping track of those balls even as they go well wide. But just overall, there haven't been many opportunities for that. Guelph with 2 shots so far. The numbers tell one story. What we're seeing on the field, UBC a 1-0 lead and a possessive control that's been so effective for them all season. Sophie Harrison now.
That goal has really changed the intensity of this game. You can see UBC has a lot of control right now.
Yeah, feeling so confident. Sienna Gibson, she had some chances earlier, runs out of room there.
Guelph is really trying to come back, but they're so focused on the defensive side right now, not letting in another goal. They haven't had any opportunities to really get out their half and get good chances on net.
And one thing to be sure, when you look at the composure and the confidence of this UBC side, not only an undefeated season rolling into this, but also the fact that they've been here before. They have been here before in Guelph. This is all new, and now they're setting up to defend a set piece. In to deliver. And attempting a header, it is well and out. And a reminder that the 60th Vanier Cup is just ahead in a few weeks. The top 2 teams in Canadian football will descend on Mosaic Stadium in Regina, Saturday, November 22nd. Get your tickets online. It's going to be an exciting championship. Guelph still unable to get out of their own territory here in a big collision. Actually takes down a T-Bird player who initiated. She went well up. Got a knee in as well, Sienna Gibson.
Couldn't see exactly what happened there, but a foot or a knee definitely hit Katie Kimmon somewhere.
Yeah, obviously not intentional, just part of the play, but a tough collision nonetheless, especially to take here on day 1.
Definitely just needs a second. Maybe got Charlie Horst or something.
In the 65th minute, just a little under 10 minutes away from when that first goal of the match was scored. A beauty by Holly Whelan to get by Sabrina Spano, who has been so good for the Gryphons.
Guelph really trying to send that ball up to Brown, get her on the ball. But every time they send it up, there UBC is to get on the other end of it.
Yeah, they managed to send it up and move in quick. They do. Well organized. They've got their players spread across. Jada Thompson over to the left, on the left side.
And there goes another ball.
Welcome to Ron Joyce Stadium. This is obviously something the McMaster Marauders are used to or well aware of. I've been here for a number of football games, and I don't know if I've seen a pass, go out over the fences, but now in soccer we've seen multiple.
I'd hope not to see any passes go over in football, because if
Who are you passing to?
We might need to make some changes, some subs.
You never know, right? Or a deflection, or
may need to
a
rethink your
wonky
career.
Another corner year for UBC, their 5th of the match. Can they double up the lead?
Looks like they're going to have an outswinger.
Sophia Abera in to deliver. It sort of gets stopped momentum in the penalty box, but it's not over yet. Whelan. Back out now to Abera.
Great turn.
They turn on a dime, these T-Birds.
Just going to stay on her feet to keep that one and get a shot off.
Gryphons trying to rally back, holding on to possession. A neat pass, but it's returned easily. And now we're seeing those collisions happen as the Gryphons just try to bulldoze ahead. Sundee trying to work with Alexander on the far side. We'll have a substitution for the Gryphons as Olivia Brown, who has been had some chances, it seemed, and the ball was trying to be fed to her. Well, she is out, and in comes Olivia Stavropoulos. Stavropoulos, who has not played, or did not play rather, in any playoff matches. It is a third year from Kitchener, Ontario.
Great city.
Different pace here in the second half, and certainly a little bit of a change since that first goal was scored. It felt like there was this mounting tension, and there had been some big stops by Spano before that one broke through.
Tension has definitely changed since that goal. A lot more possession for UBC after that. Guelph just really working to try and get possession back and make their way down the field, but UBC is not allowing it.
Now working to defend, but Spano had to watch that one roll in.
Very dangerous there from the Guelph defender. Not sure if I'd particularly go to the inside with somebody on my back and nobody in front of the goal. It's a little dangerous. Puts the goalie under pressure a little bit.
The Thunderbirds in blue, Dennehy. Back to Heike Clark. And Zoel Apps, a starter among the starting 11. We've yet to see a substitution on the UBC side, but Guelph now. Can they threaten? This one trickles just wide. My goodness. People in the stands, hands on their heads.
Great opportunity from Cahill, I believe. Amazing chance. When you're attacking the net like that, all you need is a little slip. And she had the idea, she had the placement. Unfortunately, just a little wide. But great ball into her and great touch.
And hopefully building some confidence here as Guelph with very few shots as it is in this game. Just have to watch that one trickle past the left post.
From our angle, it almost looked like it was going in too.
Oh, it can be so deceptive, Allie, from where we're sitting. And I think that was the case for the fans in the crowd too. It was the third shot of the match for the Gryphons. Still just one on target. Although they have kept now UBC to their 11 shots. 7 on goal now for the last 5 minutes or so, which is a little bit of a change up. It's a beautiful fall day, the fall colors in full effect. Although you can't tell right now by the shot on your screen of the field and the adjacent parking lot, we are surrounded by beautiful autumn trees. And it's got to be so satisfying for these players to still be on the field in November. It's what they set out to do when the season begins in August.
What a turn.
Now Cahill, she's had some chances. This one from distance, is this going to be the difference out at the end line? Oh my. Guelph is fighting for it, but in blue is number 8, Sophie Harrison. Talked about her being from Bedford, England, but she plays with Arsenal's U21 squad. She is very talented, noticed when she was 15 in the small town she's from. Sienna Gibson once more. Through to Thompson. Thompson, solid on her footwork. Still in bounds, Guelph battling. Keeps it in. Can this change the tide here? Ella Santasieri up ahead now for Cahill. Cahill, wow, what a block. Deflected in close. And Beckett. Woo! Feeling that little bit of pressure. And not so much from the ball itself there, Allie, but just from the other players swarming in.
Just a little bit of an intimidation tactic after the play. Give a little nudge on the shoulder. Make sure she knows you're still there.
And yet somehow I don't think Dakota Beckett ever gets intimidated. It's just everyone out there is so calm and poised. But time is certainly working in UBC's favor right now in the 74th minute. A 1-0 lead. And not just that dominance when it comes to possession and shooting opportunities.
Definitely going to need to see a little more intensity from Guelph if they want to put one in the back of that net. Haven't had much opportunities to come out of their this half. But they need to play a little more aggressive on the attacking side.
Some great body positioning by Kyle to keep possession here for Guelph. It's booted well up by Zoelle Apps. Hails from Calgary, Alberta. The lone goal so far belonging to Holly Whelan in the 56th minute. Let's see some of the players on the bench with the blankets over top. Just a little bit of a fall bite in the air.
Might be a little more than a little.
I know, I'm just trying to keep positive here.
It's chilly out here.
Even though we are in a covered space, we do have the beautiful opportunity to have a view that's unobstructed. So essentially we're missing a wall in front of us.
Guelph looking to send the ball up, but there just really isn't anybody up there showing for the ball, calling for it.
Rebecca Drager, second year from Waterloo, Ontario, is trying to get something going. The team in the white kit. It absolutely is an uphill battle right now for the Gryphons. Jada Thompson just on another level, number 20, calling for it.
Not the most ideal touch for Guelph. Oh, she's going to get a booking for that one. Don't necessarily think that one was needed. I think she genuinely was trying to pass the ball back, but the Guelph player that was behind her had left, so went a little further than expected.
Second yellow card of the tournament, first in this match. The officials, making sure to keep everyone disciplined. Have a substitution for the Guelph Gryphons, I believe. Oh, the ball goes right through between the legs. Now Dennehy pick it up over to Thompson.
I believe Haley Ward came off and Olivia Brown went back in up top.
Okay, so Olivia Brown back in for Guelph. Another threat by the Thunderbirds. The winner of this game, again, this match will go on to play in the first semifinal. The opponent is set Laval Rouge et Or, who on the medal track, while the defeated squad will return earlier tomorrow, playing in the first matchup of the semifinal day, but in a consolation semifinal. In what could possibly be their team's last game of the tournament. That's how quickly things move. Two teams will end their journeys tomorrow. Everyone else will get to play one more match after that. Harrison takes care of it. Guelph looking to make something happen here. Elise Bell with the throw-in. Cassidy Anderson trying to work it into the penalty area, but it's still kept to the outside. Great space management here by the Thunderbirds. Those battling headers now. The Gryphons try to get ahead. Cahill. And Dakota Beckett just takes care of that. Can't say it enough. Beckett, who's played with Fraser Valley Premier. 8 clean sheets in the regular season. and then 2 in the playoffs.
Guelph looks like they're really trying to slip it in behind the back line, but I think with the back line like UBC's, where they're so tight-knit, the communication is tight, they have to play it around them.
Some great defense, but all this defense by Guelph is just chewing up into time where they need to make a go of it here to tie it. We are now officially in the final 10 minutes here, barring the added time, of course.
Can't imagine there'd be too much of that. Hasn't been too much stopping in this half.
Oh my goodness, what a collision. And Jada Thompson just washes that right off, gets right back to it. A good boot there. In through the midfield this time, that's Kimmins, who earlier also had a pretty big collision.
Definitely offside, at least 3 feet on that one.
Offside, it looked like it could be something, and that's been the challenge here for the Gryphons, right, Allie? I mean, this is a team that they knew coming in was going to be a tough challenge. Well-organized UBC side.
I'd say they have to go back to how they started the game, moving the ball around. We've gotten to a little bit of a kick and chase. And I just don't think that's going to work on a team like UBC's that are so put together. They know exactly what they want and what they're doing.
And they're just getting more dialed in as this match goes on. It felt like maybe they could get going in the early stages when there was that possession. But anything can change in soccer. And now a chance here for Guelph. It's thwarted once more.
Still an opportunity for Guelph to get one in off this corner. Great ball from Rizakos. Almost looks like she was trying to get that perfect touch off with the left foot. But at the end of the day, you just can't wait for those perfect touches.
Oh, in from the corner, it's headed out. Trying to get right back to it, and
penalty shot.
This is massive.
I think the ref called a handball.
Oh my. What a moment here. The crowd on their feet.
UBC's trying to argue it. They don't agree with the call. Guelph, happy to take it.
Ooh, I'm on my feet now as well. This is a massive opportunity here.
What a chance for Guelph to get back in this game.
But they have to face Dakota Beckett. You're in close.
It's now or never.
Oh my goodness! Guelph ties it up on a penalty kick.
No opportunity better than that one. And they put Olivia Brown on that. With ease, she places that bottom right corner.
She is the moment. And now we have a tie game here in this quarterfinal. That penalty kick coming in the 84th minute of this game.
If we didn't have a game, we sure do now.
Oh, I always felt something was cooking. Didn't know how it would go as UBC has been so calm and composed. But look at that. They respond so quick. They didn't take their foot off the gas. Guelph certainly responded. But now I expect to see a UBC side that just picks up steam as they have done all season long. They know how to close out games. When I say undefeated because they haven't had draws. It's been a perfect season for this UBC team.
Which is very hard to come by.
What a turn of events if you just missed it. Olivia Brown for the Gryphons on a penalty kick.
That's definitely lit a fire under the Gryphons. We're going to see if they could come back.
And so, go ahead.
Maybe get the underdog story. Who knows?
Well, we see a substitution there. for the Thunderbirds, so some fresh legs on the field. That might be another part of the story, is who we get on here in these final minutes of this match. Laval's game winner came seconds before full time. They were the comeback kids in that first quarterfinal.
Definitely think Kyle was trying to get a corner off that one, but throw-in will do just the same.
Still in play. And up in the air, Stavropoulos.
UBC definitely stopped to argue that one. When you can't take any breaks, you have to play the whistle, because something like that, with them all looking at the linesman, can change the game.
Absolutely, and you don't want it to be a mistake on your part. Thunderbirds were enjoying a 1-0 lead, and when I say enjoying, I mean having great control. They still have the bulk of the possession in a game, but we have seen it time and time again. None of that matters if the score goes against you. It was Heike Clark chasing it out there or trying to follow it up. We just witnessed the second goal conceded, by the way, by UBC this entire season.
And it wasn't even in regular play. It was on a PK.
It was on a PK, and that's just the way it goes. And the way this game has been feeling, it could come down to that. It has lit a fire in this crowd. Of course, Guelph is so close. In fact, on my drive into Hamilton, there's the turnoff to Guelph, and I've been there many times. Rizakos, you can tell she's feeling it right now, trying to get her team on the same page. What a great pass in.
Gonna get a little reset back to the keeper to send it right back out.
Spano, quick with it too. Very little wind, but the temperature does feel slightly cooler here. As the second quarter final begins to wind down. We're in the 88th minute, folks. Buckle up.
There's moments like these where you need to be sprinting up the field, or somebody needs to be sprinting so she can play that ball up to them. But everybody seems to be just watching and observing, waiting to see what the person with the ball is going to do.
Got to make something happen here.
Easy hands for Beckett.
And just to put it in perspective, Allie, walk me through when you have that opportunity for a PK, especially in a game, it is so close. You are a lot closer than I think some people understand when it comes to Beckett having to make the choice on where to go to try to make that save.
It is very close, and all keepers approach it a little differently. I've talked to a bunch of the keepers I played with. Some of them guess. They like to guess what side. Some of them actually look at the way the strikers attack, or the kickers attacking the ball, the way they place their foot, how their hips open up. So it really depends on what kind of keeper you are and how you're going to approach it. But it's not stacked in the keeper's favor.
No, it is a challenge. Absolutely. I see the Guelph Gryphons bus is rolling in. Well, I mean, could this game need extra time? We'll see about that. There will be some stoppage time coming right now in the 89th minute. It has felt like a match in about 4 or 5 acts. The intensity right out of the gates from the Gryphons in the first half early on, and then calm, cool, collected, and controlled by UBC. A 0-0 halftime score. Holly Whelan gets things going. The 1-0 lead for UBC in the 56th minute, and now here we are. A tie game after an Olivia Brown penalty kick.
Nobody really coming in for that throw from Guelph. Kind of leaving Burke there to dry.
Yeah, you're right. I'm assuming you'd be having those conversations, Allie, with your teammates about, like, this is the time you got to hit the gas and keep going.
It's honestly now or never. Some people say it's how you start the game. No, it's how you finish the game. When you're tired, your legs are hurting, you've been taking hits left and right, now is when it counts.
Not a good sight as Holly Whelan is down on the pitch and looked like she wasn't able to get up. She got up and now she still continues to grab her foot. Don't know if it's a cramp, but
looks like she's holding it like somebody stepped on her foot.
Oof.
And I know that doesn't sound like much, but it's a lot more painful
than
you
it
think.
is. No doubt about it. So we are in added time. I believe the announcement was for a minimum of 4 minutes. 4 minutes it is confirmed. Will we see another late match game winner? Can it be the comeback kids, or will the #1 seed reign? Of course, there has to be a winner in order to move on. For the bulk of this game, the Gryphons had not a shot on goal. Of course, it was a penalty kick that did it in the end for Olivia Brown. Now Cahill, can they get the go-ahead? Harrison stays in step with her.
She was hoping for that call, but didn't get it.
Feels like the calls have been very consistent in this game. We do have a substitution for Guelph, as Rizakos, after a formidable effort, is subbed out with McKenna Burt, fourth year from Aurora, Ontario.
Guelph maybe hoping to get some fresh legs in there to get them one more goal on the board.
And every team we spoke with yesterday said the same thing, Allie. It's all about reminding the players coming off the bench that they can be the difference. It doesn't matter if you have all 90 minutes or you have just one. I've seen it at the pro level in the NSL. Shane Campbell, of course, putting his trust in there, but
great ball played up.
Played up now. In and Spano.
Whelan was looking in there to get the early cross in, but there just wasn't any UBC players in the box.
And with the tie game, of course, it feels like we're back at the starting minute here. That goal scored on Sabrina Spano by Holly Whelan was just an incredible build-up effort by the Thunderbirds. It started with Jada Thompson doing so much work. And Spano was actually well out of position for it.
This Cahill and Harrison matchup on the sideline is proving to be a difficult one. Cahill's got the speed, but Harrison's got the strength, and she's holding her off the ball quite well.
Don't be surprised to hear those whistles soon. It was a minimum of 4 minutes of added time here. Harrison looking for Hannah Baines of UBC, a player also coming off the bench there for the Thunderbirds. Throw in here for the Gryphons. Are they going to throw in deep? Seconds winding down here.
Nearing the end of the game, this could very well be the last play of the game. At least in regular time, that is.
Yes. Again, there will be a winner determined here. Just how it will be done will be determined. Jada Thompson in a dangerous position. Great physical play, but we are at
regular time.
Our allotted time here, 90 minutes through, and it's a 1-1 match. You've been in this position, in fact, just last year. Allie, you were in a quarterfinal battle with Nipissing, tied. You had to go all the way to penalty kicks. So what is happening at this moment here for these two teams, knowing, okay, we're not done. We've got to regroup quick.
Really, they're coming back into this circle with the coach, going over probably a couple of key things that they need to look forward to in this half. Getting water, especially, to go right back out and play a whole another 30 minutes.
The head coaches for the Gryphons, Shane Campbell, and for the Thunderbirds, Jesse Simons. How sweet it would be in his 10th season if he could collect this program, their 10th national title. And right now that is on the line. This is the number 1 seed, number 8 seed battle. And this is exactly why you got to love the game, because you have to play it to win it. Nothing is guaranteed. It was the top-ranked Thunderbirds who scored first, Holly Whelan, and then a penalty kick by Olivia Brown.
One thing about this stop, it's a quick turnaround. They don't have lots of time to chat, but they definitely have enough to definitely go through a few things, a few key things to look forward to in this first 15 minutes coming up.
Meanwhile, it feels like Mother Nature's decided to put a little bit of cool spice, we'll call it, on this weather in this it's cooled down quite considerably from the start of this match, and that's what it means by it feels like this match has been a journey in different parts, not only the score changing, but just the way, the pace and the flow. It has been so heavily dominated by the University of British Columbia, looking for their 18th straight victory on the season. Because again, none of that matters until you get here and you earn the wins at Nationals.
Looks like the captain just did the coin toss. Waiting to see who's going to start with the ball. What I would be to be a fly on the wall in one of these chats right now.
One day, we'll just get them mic'd up and drop in on the conversation. I don't think they'll ever go for that.
We'll bring the boomstick guy.
Exactly. So for those joining us at home, Allie Rowe is going to explain what happens next. As I said, you've lived it. You've gone through it. You advanced on penalty kicks. But what's next is another opportunity to play the game and get it settled that way.
Yeah, they do have 2 15-minute halves coming up. So they have lots of opportunities to score, get more goals in. And at the end of that, if they are still tied, they will head into a penalty shootout.
So a 15-minute OT, as it's described. I'm looking at it live as well on our fantastic U Sports stats page, just to keep on top of everything. Because it can't be dramatic enough, I always say. You got to add a little bit more spice. Just a quick snapshot of the stats, by the way. UBC 11 shots through 90 minutes, 7 on target, of course, 1 being the goal by Whelan. Whereas for Guelph, that's 4 and 2, 4 shots, 2 on goal. Of course, that includes the penalty kick. That was able to find the back of the net. 6 saves, though, for Sabrina Spano, whereas Dakota Beckett only recorded really 1 true save, given the fact that, of course, there were only 2 shots on target. There we go. A little bit of soccer math for you. The corners, though, this is where set plays are so important. They had 5 opportunities from the corner. 3 for Guelph, neither side able to benefit from those set plays. And this is not sudden death. I know I come from a very strong hockey background, but this is an opportunity here. So we could see all sorts of things play out in the next 15 minutes.
You could very well see a goal from each side.
Whew.
They will keep playing and finish the whole 30 minutes.
Oh my goodness. I said buckle up. Is everyone buckled up? This will very likely very likely push the start of the next match, but we'll address that when we get there. course, the winner of this one advances to the semi-final. That opponent already set from the first quarterfinal winner, Laval Rouge Aor. For Guelph, they're able to pull through not only the biggest upset of the tournament by far, but also in their third appearance at Nationals, would be their second time chasing a medal. Thunderbirds in their blue kit. They're headed left to right here in this 15-minute overtime. Rizakos back out. She was subbed out late there. Back out on the field. Of course, the leading scorer, you want your stars to shine. You need to leave it all on the line here. Dennehy up to Whelan. Number 2 looking for a second goal. Why not?
Guelph doing well to move the ball around right now. UBC trying to win it back. But so far, Guelph keeping very good possession. Very different game again. We have like 4 games in one today.
I know, it's really been that kind of way today, Allie. Allie Rowe, I'm Daniela Ponticelli, and we are so glad you're joining us here. Just the second quarterfinal, both have been dramatic. The first one ended within 90, but in the dying seconds, a comeback by Laval. Now this one, it'll be another 2-1 finish. However, we needed even more time to decide. Now, Allie, I'm going to let you just describe how this is different, of course, from the regular season, where games can certainly end in draws.
Yeah, because it is a tournament style and there is a bracket, you have to have somebody who moves on. So we cannot have a draw. Somebody has to finish because there has to be somebody to move forward and somebody who's going to go to the consolations.
And it needs to be decided here. There's no falling back on records or, aggregate goals over. No, it's all about this tournament and what happens on this field, which is pretty thrilling, to say the least. Ella Sunday, I wonder if she had it in her mind that this might be, you have to prepare for every situation, but when you're able to close out every game victorious through an entire season, this has got to feel a little foreign.
Like we say in soccer, you got to get used to being uncomfortable because anything could happen in sports.
Mm-hmm. And I do believe that for UBC, if they pull through, this is just the little bit of adversity that one might need to take it all.
Our U Sports MVP right there, winning the ball back, not giving up on that.
How cool is that, too, that it's the 8 versus 1 seed, and you're totally right, Olivia Rizakos, the best player in U Sports women's soccer this year, is playing for the underdog.
It's good to see. They could really come from anywhere because it's your team's talent, but your individual talent. As you can see, there's another booking for her. Might have been set kicking the ball away on that one, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it was Jada Thompson earlier with the first yellow card of the match.
See, sometimes players will take that card just to get into the other team's head.
Yeah, Rizakos, the Toronto native, emerged as one of the premier forwards in this country, scored 11 times. That was second best in the OUA and led the conference with 9 assists and 20 points. Very impressive through just 12 regular season games. The numbers don't mean much when you want to get it done here today.
Numbers are only a guideline when you get to this tournament.
I'm not taking it away from her. Those are all very impressive, and that's out of the far sideline. Throw in here for UBC, but from their own half.
Haven't seen UBC too much in the opposition half so far. Guelph is doing a great job at keeping possession, kind of slowly making their way up the field, but surely.
No day but today. Guelph wants to rock the upset. It's offside.
Called that one a foul. I don't know.
Oh, a foul rather, as Maddie Norman down on the pitch there.
Thing is, she did get ball. Those ones are tricky. When you touch the ball, you might come in and hit the player afterwards, and it could go either way with the ref. We'll see a replay here. She did get that ball off, but the rest of her body kind of fell into the UBC player.
The Thunderbirds find a way in, and it's in the penalty area, but well over the heads. So Spano regains some control there. I see Sophia Peckinpah out in blue, number 10 for UBC, so that was a change-up. Some fresh legs for, oh boy, caught a coach over there.
UBC players trying to take out their own coaches now.
You don't want that. Not laughing, that can be a little bit of a stinger, but the intensity is certainly heightened, and
great
got
ball.
an opportunity. Yes, great ball, but scooped up easily by Beckett.
Just a little too much. You want to play those balls a little diagonal. Like we say, straight run, diagonal ball, straight run.
It's just that easy. It's so impressive. Again, fundamentals, right, are huge when it comes down to it. These teams have perfected it so well. Stavropoulos, her pass intercepted here as Harrison flies in and then gets right back up. Sophie Harrison.
Definitely see a little more mistakes in this added time because they're getting a little tired. Fatigue's starting to set in.
The control by Rizakos, of course, that pass not for whom she intended, now in a 1v1, and players just keep going down. This is also something you don't want to have happen as this game goes even longer, is that potential for contact, for possible injury. Sophie Harrison, who we saw earlier, just bounced right back up.
Yep, she did come in late to that tackle, got her foot. This game, with the intensity coming, there might be more interesting challenges, more tackles, most likely more fouls.
A 1-1 game brings us now into the 7th minute, nearly the 8th of 15-minute overtime. That's one half, and there'll be another 15-minute overtime. It's not sudden death. And after that, if needed, penalty kicks.
Guelph fans aren't happy with that one. I think they were looking for the foul on the back, and somehow UBC came out with the corner instead.
Well, set plays have not been anyone's forte today in either of the quarterfinal matches so far. That doesn't mean it can't change right now in a moment like this. Everyone is set up. Zoel Apps is right in front of Spano there in blue, along with Sienna Gibson, but it's well out. And a good header there by Guelph this time. So now they need to get on the move, coming and trying to with numbers, but outworked by UBC, the speed on these T-Birds. Rizakos loses that 1v1 with Peckinpah. And the Seagulls are back, Allie. I feel like they're the ones wanting a little bit more drama in these games. They were circling overhead when Lavelle got their 2 goals.
Seagulls very involved with the game today.
Clearly. Out they come now. Not sure if they're being captured on the broadcast. I don't think so, but they are circling around the grandstand here.
They seem to only come at the end of the game when it's really intense too.
Just waiting, drawn by the roar of the crowd, possibly, who knows. And while it's a smaller crowd than the 1,500 school kids earlier, it is a very engaged, a very rapt audience right now. Trying to will on the 8th seed Gryphons. While it's the Thunderbirds, Peckinpah gets a boot on it. Spano with a great read. We're in the 10th minute now.
10 minutes in and still no crazy opportunities from either team. Couple chances, but no goalie's been tested quite yet in the overtime.
Play now in the midfield. What an impressive showing between these two sides, no matter how this match goes. Couldn't ask for more if you're Guelph and for UBC to face this challenge here. It's what they wanted, to be tested among the best in Canada. Stavropoulos feeds it to the far side. And to get ahead, my goodness, but it rolls out to touch. That was Maddie Norman doing the work. Good to see Norman back in play. She seemed to go down with a bit of tough physical play earlier. A throw in from Guelph in the attacking third, but back to center field, and a lofty play. Gets it going on the run. Not concerned, Ella Sundy in control here. She's driving all the action. Somehow the ball still makes it to Spano. A good tackle there to stop Sundy's path to glory.
UBC playing very tight defense, but when they get that fast break, they're taking every chance they can.
Spano's kick is up high, so lands closer to the center line. Rizakos.
Great footwork from Rizakos to get out of that situation.
Oh, if we could just isolate all the footwork between her and Jada Thompson, it's been so impressive.
Be a little highlight tape in itself.
It's not only about the goals, kids, right? It's about every element of your game, and Dakota Beckett as well. Strong here. A match that started a little later than scheduled is now pushing as well with this extra time. What an opportunity here! My goodness, they make it count! Sienna Gibson! And the Thunderbirds are back in the lead.
A series of great balls from UBC. You could just see every slip was getting them further and further. Great finish. See if we can look back on this replay. What a slip in the middle. Just a light tap in. And that's the goal she was missing earlier in the game. She got it now, and I'm sure she's ecstatic about it.
It's how it felt with their first goal of this match. Was that idea of it's going to just need a little bit of time. Well, they got the extra time and they made it count. Now, it's not sudden death, so there's still an opportunity here to get back to a tie game if you're Guelph, but it's going to be, as it always is, an uphill battle when you're facing a dominant squad that has controlled the bulk of this game. Although in the latter end here, it has been a Gryphons push.
Definitely not going to be easy for the Gryphons. They're really going to have to push forward and not let that goal take them out of the game.
Advancing here, trying to get one by. Hey, at least a shot towards the goal, which is something that they struggle to do within regulation time.
It's never too late to get them on net, as they say.
Sienna Gibson had 8 goals through the regular season. 1, including the game winner in the final against Trinity Western University Spartans. A 2-0 win on Halloween. Oh my. Talk about clutch, making it count. And a reminder that there's still plenty of time. So this goal for UBC occurred in the first 15-minute overtime. There will still be a second half.
The second half will be a quick turnaround. They won't have opportunity to go back to their bench and get any more discussion. They'll just switch right away, and we'll head right into the second half of this overtime.
Just keep rolling. And I'm sure that the Gryphons want it that way right now as they look to send it back into T-Birds territory. We had been treated to some really nice goals. I mean, every goal is nice, but some really nice goals just in the first 2 matches of this tournament alone. All from different players.
What a ball. Cheeky little back heel there to Burke. Fortunately, couldn't really get a good cross off there.
In fly the Gryphons cross, but it's out of reach. Rizakos with a quick pass that just gets aired all the way past the midfield. If you're UBC, this is where you want to be. Just keep it away. Keep it away from your half. It's, again, I say it just that simple, but this team has been so solid with its defense all season. They won't come away with a clean sheet here, but right now in a position to come away with that win. That's the end of the first half of overtime, so it's not done yet, folks.
Still a whole other half to be played. Gonna grab some quick water. We're gonna switch sides and head right back into the next half.
I thought you said we were gonna grab water. I'm like, that's a great idea. I probably should grab some water.
We can too. You know, hydration is important for us as well.
I probably should have taken that break, you know, when they had their little hydration break. Wherever you're joining us, thanks for being here. Watching U Sports on CBC Gem. Be here throughout the entire weekend. Now, we know that these quarterfinals are all set, or not quarterfinals, rather, this semifinal opponent for whoever wins this one. Right now, the Thunderbirds in the lead. They would meet Laval Rouge Aor, the RSCQ finalists, in the first semifinal tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern start time for those out on the West Coast. That is 2 p.m. Eastern. Up next, by the way, because there are still 2 more matches to come. Number 6, Trinity Western Spartans taking on the number 3 seed Toronto Varsity Blues. So it'll be the Canada West finalist taking on the OUA champion. That's followed up by a marquee matchup under the lights here, 7:30 p.m. The number 2 ranked Montreal Carabin taking on the host, the number 7 McMaster Marauders.
Here we got some replay of some of the highlights, goals of this half, or this game, I should say. Some great finishes from both teams. And that penalty shot just to get Guelph on the board.
And hey, we have to give a shout out to all the UBC fans here. They do travel well, and it is a big jaunt for a number of people, although there are players on their team, I mentioned it, hailing from Markham, Ajax, Toronto, and then some. You love to see it. Great support. Of course, plenty of support as well for Guelph. Just down the road, as they say, although if anyone knows traffic in this part of the world, it's not always that easy. I'll just say that.
It's never that easy.
It's never that easy. It's never as simple as just down the road.
Just down the road could mean an hour. Especially when you're in Toronto. I was driving 6 kilometers. I think it took me 45 minutes.
Woo. Well, I can guarantee that these overtimes are definitely going to end before then. And whether more time will need to be added, that all depends on how Guelph can fare in the next 15 minutes. That is it. 15 minutes here to decide whether penalty kicks will be needed or UBC gets to chase a three-peat as national champions. Wind barely a factor right now. Just lightly letting the flags dance atop the field goal posts here at Ron Joyce Stadium. Cahill racing for it. Oh, can't get by Heike Clark, who's been so solid.
Beckett taking her time on the ball. Really trying to waste every second she can.
Why not? When you've got the lead, and they had it earlier in this match. Cahill, by the way, a great player to have. She has it once more. With possession. Second year out of Milton, Ontario, but had one goal in the regular season and then put together a goal as well in the playoffs. So able to score when it counts.
Bell trying to get that cross in, but with so many UBC players in front, it might be better to even get that over top.
Oh my, the Thunderbirds. They'd love to add another here and really put it to bed. Rebecca Drager for Guelph. Able to send it off Stavropoulos. Big kick down by Talia Hamilton.
Looking for Brown. Brown's going to stay up there and make sure she doesn't play the ball short.
You can hear the count going. Of course, goalkeepers cannot hang on. You can certainly hang on as long as you'd like before getting called on it.
Ooh, I could hear the sound of that ball. That ball sounds like it hurts.
Ooh. Yeah, there's an 8-second rule. I believe that's in play for U Sports now.
Yes.
It is across the world. It would be for this season, of course, because that's how it started. The Northern Super League became the first professional league to actually implement it.
But you can play with it because I'm pretty sure it's 8 seconds from when you get up.
Yes, exactly. So you just have to be mindful of how fast am I getting up off. But then the count does happen. And if you do not release that ball as a keeper, then it's a corner kick, a corner awarded to the other team. So pretty cut and dry punishment rather there, consequence of it. Clark will take it around, a little bit of a scenic tour here on the field.
UBC not eager to score at all, even though it might come just now.
Ava Alexander now, Maddie Norman. She'll hold, plays it back to Alexander.
Thunderbirds have no intention of scoring. They're just trying to let the time run out, move the ball around, keep Guelph off of it so they don't have an opportunity to bring it up towards their net.
Not allow for mistakes to create turnovers, anything like that. Just being smart, managing the time. They know this is in their favor right now. And that it's still not over. Even if somehow the score is tied, we would go to penalties. Dennehy with a header. Down goes Gibson. Gibson who scored the go-ahead here.
Free kick, I can't imagine, from what I've been seeing so far, I can't imagine they go towards the net, probably just going to play it back like so. Just move the ball around.
Play it back, be smart. Hold on, we're in the 20th minute here of this overtime. Yes, that's right, overtime, 15-minute half, so still 10 minutes to go. And if the score holds, that will be all. Thunderbirds will punch their ticket through to the semifinal. Now Gibson. Great work by Talia Hamilton to take the ball away.
Even though they're not trying to create any opportunities, there's some that are kind of coming their way. They're getting close.
Heike Clark. Of course, keeping that ball far away from the Gryphons.
My favorite game, holding the ball up in the corner.
Well, they're very effective at it as Hamilton sort of bowls her over a little.
And so here you think they might go for it, but really, to waste time, they're probably just going to bring somebody else in, a little touch on the ball, and go right back into that corner to waste some more time.
So just an update here, because it does appear that our score clock is frozen. On the field clock, it's 21:16 into this, what will be 30-minute overtime. And just like, of course, regulation play, there will be added time. Although right now things moving along at a really good pace.
UBC looking to go right back to that corner and hold it up.
It's so effective. It's doing exactly what's been intended here as Guelph tries to make something happen there with the throw-in. They've still got to get out of their own half. It's a tough slog. We're in the 23rd minute right now, just over 22 minutes down. Another throw in, Cahill trying to get going here. And there's the lift that they needed just to get it up and out. Beckett comes well out to play it.
Guelph getting their break to get up the field. Will they turn this into an opportunity? Time will tell.
Ooh, well, at least they've moved it into in the right direction of where they want to be right now, Allie.
It's looking like they're looking to do a big throw.
Of course, they give it to Ella Cahill. Comes right back. Another Stavropoulos, not quite what she wanted on that ball. To the far side now. Oh my, the Thunderbirds just take control. Elissundi. And that gives them plenty of open space here on the near side of the field. The Gryphons forced to retreat a bit more.
I was unlucky break for the Gryphons, looking to get the ball back up the field, but it's really not looking in their favor right now.
Maddie Norman with the throw-in. Norman from Surrey, BC. Second year with his team, so looking for her what would be second championship. Meanwhile, as the program is hoping for 3 straight if they can get it.
Well, if there was trying to shield it out, but didn't use enough of her body there.
By the way, the score 2-1 for UBC, so they do have a lead. It was a Sienna Gibson goal that got it done in the first half of this overtime game, which essentially will run 30 minutes. We're right now in the 25th minute. So UBC fans, hold on tight. You want this to just play out, stay as is, or maybe, I don't know, Sienna Gibson just goes and gets another one. If she can, she will. Guelph just can't get by. Dennehy, solid. Runs it up. So 2-1 UBC. The time updated well now on the scoreboard on your screen.
Getting intense now, the last 5 minutes. This is Guelph's final time to push and see if they could put another one in the back of the net.
This is it. Yes. Can they once more tie this UBC team? A team that has only allowed 2 goals this entire season. That includes the one on the penalty kick by Olivia Brown. So now they're going to try to get 2 in one match. That is a tall order. Nothing's impossible, but a tall order.
Especially now later in the game, you could see everybody's getting a little tired. Legs are feeling a little heavy.
It's been a long game. They've now added 26 minutes on top of the 90 that they already played. Can this be the final nail here? Feels like UBC's legs are fresher than ever.
They're giving it their all. They're showing us right now that they want it. Guelph's kind of taking their foot off the gas a little bit. You can see the fatigue is hitting them a little harder.
Started off as a sunny early afternoon match. Cloud covers come in and we're heading into the early evening now. We're far from over. Still 2 more matches in store. Trinity Western, Toronto Varsity Blues up next.
Beckett's going to take her time with that. No need to rush.
This is smart, right? This is all about clock management, just as this team has managed other parts. And that's the crowd counting down how much time Beckett has.
Beckett's going to use every second she can to so the clock can count down.
Yeah, I was thinking that countdown is actually helpful. Tells her, oh, I still have a little bit more time before I have to let this ball go.
It does. Except for the one time you get caught lacking.
Oof, don't want that. Out in front of the team benches. We have a substitution here for UBC. As Holly Whelan, who got scoring going early on, she draws out, and I believe that's Brooke Burney coming in, number 12.
Some fresh legs in the middle for this last 2 minutes.
And the focus now, hold on to that lead. That lead you had to go into some extra time to secure.
It's definitely getting more physical now.
The Gryphons, no time is running out. A solid tackle there for Sophia Abera. A rookie for UBC, and we are fast approaching here, just seconds away from the final minute. Now there will be some added time added to it.
This late in the game, the intensity has to come up from the Gryphons. They don't have as much time on the ball as they think. They have to get the ball moving and do whatever they can to get that ball in the box. Whether that's a lofting ball.
Oh, can they cut in this time? Can she make it curl? She can't give up. They keep fighting for it, and now it's just loose. Ava Alexander for the Thunderbirds does just enough to push it down the field. Meanwhile, we've got Thunderbirds attending to one another on the field. Well, that create a stoppage? Yes, it will be stopped here. Not a good scene.
It's looking like a calf cramp, maybe.
Yeah, just painful, right? Like, that's a very uncomfortable feeling.
Looks like the ref's trying to call on physio, but they're not coming.
Got to run over, take this already extended game into a little bit of extra time. Meanwhile, the Gryphons doing the same thing, just taking a moment here as some of the players need some stretches. And oh, what a time as well for a stoppage. We were just going to head into a little bit of added time.
Going to be a little bit more of added time now. They'll still play every minute of this 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah. There's no escaping it.
Just extends the game a little bit, which not ideal for them going into the games tomorrow.
You know, as a broadcaster, there's not much that you can promise anyone, but I feel like we should have just said it off the top of this day. We can promise the drama. There's no shortage of it. It was a comeback win for Laval in the first quarterfinal. Right now, UBC on the precipice of battling for their third straight national title. It would be the 10th in program history if they can do it, but they have to get into the medal bracket. They are well poised for that here, as we are now in added time of this overtime. If you're wondering, why does it say 31 minutes on that clock right now? That is why. Gryphons battling to stay alive here.
Don't think that's where she was trying to play that ball. I think she was trying to get that up into the box.
UBC fans are the ones with the drums in the stands, and they're on their feet trying to rally this team. The battle 1v8 has delivered in so many ways. A fight to the finish here. Olivia Brown, a key part of this. Of course, it was a penalty kick that found the back of the net. That was the difference. That's what pushed this game into these 15-minute halves of overtime play. Of course, if UBC is able to tie it miraculously here, as it would have to be, but there's the whistles and elation as the bench comes out, and UBC will move on. They will advance to the semifinal. They will chase a third straight championship. A 2-1 win. It needed extra time, and Sienna Gibson with the game winner.
UBC fans up on their feet. Everybody's cheering. The noisemakers are going, the horns, everything.
My, oh my, I feel like it has been a journey and a half being beside you here, Ali Rowe. The time in the Eastern time zone right now, 4:30 p.m., a match that was set to start at 1:30. It was pushed a little bit back, delayed by the first quarterfinal. But here we are. We'll be right back, headed to commercial now, but a massive finish here for UBC, 2-1 over Guelph.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before. To millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to Ron Joyce Stadium as UBC celebrates. They're the #1 seed, but it was far from an easy fight here against the Guelph Gryphons, a game tied at 1 that needed to go to overtime, and it was in the first 15-minute half that Sienna Gibson was able to find the back of the net. What an effort by Sabrina Spano, and the crowd in the grandstand, those are UBC fans. An impressive finish here. The Nike players of the game, I believe, have been awarded or about to be, but of course the team just wants to go and celebrate. Not too focused right now on the individual accolades, but they're being called over to set up. Dakota Beckett, of course, just the second goal conceded of the entire season. And that one was a penalty kick by Olivia Brown. Got her team into the position to potentially win this thing, to clock what would have been the biggest upset truly of the tournament, to not allow UBC to even battle for a medal at all. The fall chill certainly didn't cut through and disrupt anything. Guelph with so much to be proud of. Ali Rowe beside me. I'm Daniela Ponicelli, but Ali, while very tough, to know that you truly battled all the way through. You pushed it as far as you could. I mean, penalty kicks were awaiting if you were able to tie it again, but you pushed so hard and through to get oh so close.
There's honestly nothing more heartbreaking than working that hard, getting that close, and then knowing you could go to penalty shots, and especially if you're good at penalty shots, your team's good at penalty shots, you know your kickers are ready to get there and just come a little short.
It'll be so fascinating to hear what the UBC players have to say after this game, to know that their run nearly came to an end early. So we see our player of the game there for Guelph. We mentioned her so many times, Ella Cahill from Milton, Ontario. Sienna Gibson, who else but the player to notch the game winner? And not just that, she was fantastic throughout this entire match, coming in a starter, so she played every minute. She felt it all. And now they'll get to regroup. So the good news for the Thunderbirds is that although this game did extend much later, so almost 24 hours from now, they'll be back to actually start. That next match is 5 p.m. tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, taking on the Laval Rouge et Or, a rematch of last year's final, which was a 1-0 affair. I'm already getting chills. We'll be right back. By the way, our next game comes your way. Trinity Western University Spartans taking on the Toronto Varsity Blues. That match time will be pushed slightly later, as we do need to reassess after this overtime here. It's set to start at 5 p.m. So just tune in, be ready that there will be a bit of a delay before that match gets underway, and later we'll see McMaster, the hosts, take on Montreal for the final quarterfinal battle. I'm Daniela Ponicelli alongside Ali Rowe. Thank you for joining us. The final score, 2-1 UBC over Guelph. You've been watching U Sports on CBC.
U Sports on CBC, presented by Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Veriburn Medical Supply, Les Bagues Baron Rings, a par and by BioSteel.